Hey, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today we're going to be talking to Sergeant VictorMike. He's going to be going through some things, discussing Constitution, the reason he joined. Just stick around, listen to what he's got to say. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Try to answer them. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Currently we have he got a promotion. It is now Sergeant VictorMike. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, tell me a little bit about the organization as a whole.
The organization as a whole, we're a group of men and women that came together. We're a family. We're training for the inevitable. We're training for the things we don't know, making emphasis on active as well as support. Everybody is welcome. Everybody has a job. There's something for everybody. The Alliance is a group that really cares for each other. When someone's going through something, everybody drops what they're doing to help.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It wasn't too long ago that I had a medical issue, and it seemed like everybody, especially yourself, called to check and make sure that I was okay, see if I needed anything, and I want to tell you straight up in front of everybody, I appreciate you for that. Now, when you say anybody can be a part of the group, what about, let's say, someone that is got physical ailments? Let's say they're in a wheelchair or, whatever. Is there something for them to do?
Can you operate a phone? I mean, if you can operate a cell phone or you can operate a computer, yeah, absolutely. We could use you on comms. We could use you on making videos. We could use you for editing. Could use you for anything. Intelligence. I mean, you could do anything. And I mean, we're in a day and age where Google is our friend. I mean, we can get pretty much anything we need to know, anything we want to know on the computer.
Okay, well, now, I understand that most of the members of your organization has got some kind of Fema certifications?
Yes, sir. The Fema certifications we hold are for the purpose of an emergency. So in the event of an emergency, we have strong communications and understanding in the chain of command and communications and being involved with the authorities having jurisdiction, which would be fire, police, EMS, where we're instituted in this as a support role. So where this came about was during 9/11 when the NYPD and the FDNY were responding to the scene. There was a breakdown in the chain of command. Both command structures wanted to be in control. So it caused a lot of confusion and a lot of aggravation between the members, and unfortunately a lot of people died. So FEMA came about because of this, and they instituted it when Katrina hit, and although it wasn't perfect, it saved a lot of people's lives.
Okay, and I'm trying to understand, how would FEMA take a role with us?
FEMA would not, but understanding how their command structure would. So being, understanding how their command structure and how their protocols and instituting that in our own facets in our state, understanding how that operates, we can better serve the community at large to be able to assist in the event of a catastrophe and lend FEMA or the local authorities assistance and be effective at it.
So it would be a seamless integration?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Changing gears a little bit, what do you think is the reason, thinking of the state of our country, okay? He's already laughing.
The state of our country. I think that we have too many politicians in office that are just out for themselves. I think that God has been taken out of way too much of our lives and corrupted our youth to the point where most of the youth doesn't even know what a Bible is. Most of the youth are so uneducated that if you ask them what two countries border the United States, they don't know. So we've got such such a lack in our country. We have such a misunderstanding of what the Constitution is. We have such a misunderstanding of what the federal government is supposed to do. And I think that's one of the main problems, is the federal government was not instituted to be the controller of the country. It was made to be a mediator between the states. So the Constitution is set forth to limit their power. And most people don't realize that. They think that the Constitution was instituted to give us rights, but it's not. What it is limits the government's power to infringe upon our rights.
So basically what you're saying is the Constitution was written for the government,
Yes.
for its limitations,
Mhm.
and for us to implement it on them, not them on us.
That's correct. I mean, you can look at any of the amendments. I mean, every one of them say shall not be infringed, or you shall not infringe upon these rights. You shall not, and they use the word shall. Shall is an absolute. So being a code official by background, the word shall, when it shows up in the code book, that means you will not do this. So it's basically clean, plain, and plain English. You will not do this. And it shows up all over the Constitution.
Well, do you think that someone like yourself, being a part of an organization, or in fact any organization for that matter, do you think that groups such as ours can actually make a difference?
If we went about it the right way, absolutely.
And by the right way, you're not talking about, no, Adrian.
No, no, absolutely
And I
not.
know that was Rocky, but I'm leaning towards Rambo.
No, absolutely not. I think that if it was to get physical altercation with the government, that would be an utter mistake. That's not what we need. That's not what we want. That will not bring unity. Where we have to change it is we have to get into the ears of the politicians and tell them that we're tired of this and we're not going to take it anymore. You work for us. We pay your salary. Our tax dollars keep you in power. So you work for us. And we need to hold them accountable. And it's going to be a matter of speaking to them in private, speaking to them, getting them on the phone, telling them how you feel. When these representatives sign a law or a bill that's unconstitutional, they need to be called out on it. Because I, as a code official, took an oath, and I swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the building codes of the state of North Carolina. That is an oath I put my right hand up to swear to. So even in my facet, I said I would swear upon the Constitution of the United States. And I hold that vow to be absolute. And they did the same thing. They vowed to honor the Constitution of the United States.
And it
shall be done. Exactly. Yes, sir.
Well, why did you feel the need? What actually brought you to fill out an application to join this group?
Honestly, I'll be completely honest. I was very apprehensive at first because I really didn't know what I was going to get into. I was a little nervous, thinking it was a trap, a ploy. The climate that this government has pushed upon us is that we don't like them. But that's why we have a country. Because the people stood. Regular old civilians watched the movie The Patriot. I mean, it's a pretty accurate representation. I mean, they were farmers that picked up muskets and did what had to be done. I chose to join because in 25 years from now, when I'm probably not going to have the ability to stand up as well as I could now, I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror realizing that I had an opportunity to do something about what's going on, and I wouldn't be able to look at my kids and tell them that I had a chance and I didn't take it. So, be that as it may, it's completely illegal. Look at the general statutes. It's in the state of North Carolina, it is permissible. So it is completely legal under the general statutes of North Carolina and most states.
Very good, very interesting. Now, kind of changing gears here, we're not here to bash government by any means. We're not here, we're here to promote a group, okay? So what excites you the most? What do you see that makes your heart race a little bit being part of this group?
The brotherhood. The brotherhood, the respect, the honor, the knowledge. At any moment, if it was to fall apart, I know that I could call on my brothers and sisters and we'll be able to convene and survive.
Very good, sir. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this one up?
We're looking for people. We're looking for good people. We're looking for people that'll take it seriously. We do have a structure. It is a good structure. Everybody is open. Everybody has an open door policy. Just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. And if everything continues the way it is, don't do it when it's too late. Right now is the time, and hopefully we're all wrong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Yes, sir.
As time goes by.
Hey, this is National Captain Cowboy. If you like what you've seen and you're interested in pursuing more information from the group, go to 50states1country.com and go ahead and apply today. See you there.